Well, you're not at this side. Hi everybody, it's Alan Beebe here at TrueAiki.com, and today joining me is Tom Horton, the better looking half of this duo, and later on we'll have Sai joining us. We're going to cover push testing today, and as you recall with Aiki number 1, we want the bones to be in compression. We don't have to do anything, they already are. But we want the tissues to be in tension. So what he's going to do is, you'll notice that his knees are slightly bent, his ankles are bent, the hip is slightly bent. We're not too worried about up here, all right? And he's trying to let his weight just fall down to the ground. Now, before we get much further, what's super duper important is the muscles that need to be loose in the hip are way inside the hip. So it would profit you greatly if you would do this one exercise with somebody you trust. What's your safe word? Cacao. Okay.
Cuss word, important.
Alright, so I'm going to take my 2 fingers and I'm going to put it in his inguinal fold, and I push. And he's already pretty soft. You can soften up a little bit more. There you go. Alright, so obviously he's done this a bunch of times. When you do this with somebody who's not quite used to it, you'll go in and you'll feel some hardness. And then you ask him to, like right now, okay, so he's doing it for me. So I got some hardness and I say, can you, I just leave my fingers there. And I say, can you let that go? Can you loosen it up? And the left side's gone, and the right side's gone. Okay? And sometimes it'll go and then go in a little deeper, and you hit something hard again, and you can let something go in there too. This is super important. We want the force to go through, not to the joint. So whether the joint be your knees, or your ankles, or your hips, you want force flowing through there, not to there. If it goes to there, then you have an equal and opposite reaction when that force hits that hard thing, and it's not good for maintaining your stability. Okay, so he's soft here, he's soft here, he's soft here. Aiki number 1, I'm going to ask him not to move, all right? And what we're doing is we're just seeing how much his body can absorb. So it would be like, can I excuse you for a second? Yeah. Sai, come on over with your pink ball. Bring your pink ball. So here's Sai. Say hi. Hi.
Hello.
It would be as if Sai was this pink ball. Its tissues are in tension, and I'm pushing on it, and of course the tension in the ball is increasing, and so that's what I'm testing, is how much can this expand before it becomes displaced. All right? Okay, thank you very much, Sai. So Tom's going to come back here. He's going to get himself set, loosen his joints, okay? And then I'm going to push on him. Now the fact of the matter is, I'm going to make it an extreme example. The fact of the matter is that everything has a limit. So if, I'm a semi-truck and I'm pushing on Tom, eventually Tom goes over. No matter how good you are, no matter who you are, everything has a limit. Now that we understand that, we don't have to worry about that. So you can let go of your ego. All we're doing is trying to find where the edge of your limit is and then try to expand that. And just like when I was pushing on the pink ball, the tissues come into tension. And that's one way of training the tissues. If they keep coming into tension, over and over again, they begin to adapt. Okay, now I'm slowly ramping up my force, and you can do it two different ways. You can do it where when it seems like it's about, getting to be too much, Tom can say, hold it right there, and then I'll hold it right there, and he'll try to let go of something. Isn't you want to undo, not do, and see if he can spread that force throughout his body a little bit more. The other way of doing it is just going slowly, slowly, slowly until you get to failure. I kind of like the first approach, where we get to the edge of something, and then I'll say or he'll say, let's hold on a second, and then you start scanning your body and adjusting. Because when we do this, what usually will give first is your body starts to panic when it starts to lose the balance, and then you contract something in order to save yourself. About there?
Yeah, you keep going a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. There. So, my feet contract.
Okay.
Save
You want me
myself.
to back off, or you want
No,
to
that's
just
good.
hang out there?
Just we can hang on there.
Okay. It's getting good, isn't it? Yeah. So I could tell that he was getting comfortable again. One, by looking at his feet. His feet aren't flexing. But the other thing is the force started bouncing back towards me. So it would be like if I was pushing the ball and the ball got comfortable, the force comes back towards me. So I could kind of tell that he was good to go again. All right, and then normally we'd let go and he'd push me, and that's how we do that training. Be prepared to push very, very, very lightly at first, and just feather it in and spend quite a bit of time doing that. It's far better to take your time and get some real results than it is to allow your ego to say, okay, you can push harder, and then you're tensing something and you're kind of fudging your way trying to hold the thing. You won't, you're training the wrong things, so you're not going to progress. Okay, so next thing, we're going to do Aiki 2. Aiki 2.
Do you want to show the failure where I'm pushing back and you let go?
Oh, okay. So here I am pushing. He seems to be doing okay. At a certain point when I push in, I could feel, okay, I'm feeling something hard on the way down, okay? And oftentimes when I feel something hard on the way down, if I push in a little bit harder to say, is this real? He'll push back, trying to hold his ground, and I pull my hands back, and yes, he's overcommitted. He doesn't have balance. He has balance dependent on me. And with his fail, in quotes, this is a better fail than just stumbling forward, because he came forward as a complete unit, which is like the ball. If the ball were to jump out, if I took my hand away and the ball jumped out, it wouldn't come, in pieces or anything. It would just bounce out. Okay, so that was great. Correct. Thank you. Okay, so here we go. You want a failure correct, or
No, I mean, like
just
if I'm
a good push?
a good push, and then if you take your hands away fast.
Oh, okay. About there?
Yeah.
Okay. Now there's, just like the ball, there's some residual tension in there that will expand out. That's neither here nor there. I'm not concerned about that. What I'm concerned about is if the ball is pushing back by contracting something and pushing out, then we have an issue. And Tom's just fine here. Okay, are we ready for number 2? Okay, so we're going to go on to Aiki 2, and Aiki 2 is where two forces meet orthogonally. I think I might give just a live lecture on that at some point in time, because it's incredibly important, and I think a lot of people miss it. When two forces meet orthogonally, they don't impede each other. I know this because Tom taught it to me. I described the phenomenon, and Tom and one of my training partners, Robert, who are both engineers, explained what that phenomenon was, and it turned out to be very, very significant. And you get this resultant force vector. So what you're going to see here is he's going to come, soften his joints. We're going to do that same kind of test, but he's going to meet this lateral force with a force, in this case, that's going straight down. Now, there's going to be a rotation, and that's important if you're going to stay centered. But his force is going straight down. So here I come, I push in laterally, and he's going straight down. And you can see this is going here. Well, that means the force is continuing to go this way. Okay. It's pretty interesting. All right. This is happening not just here, it's also happening here. So if I was to push here, we get the same kind of thing going on. And the odd part is, because you don't see this move too much, but the same thing happens here. Okay, and it's actually very, very important that it happened here. All right? And so here's how I like to teach this. I like to show that he doesn't move because of this, but also the friction on the ground, right? So if you're a ball, I push, he'd roll. But I push here, and I can push like crazy.
But you push on my other foot.
I don't even have any traction, but I can push like crazy, and he's just standing there. I can't do anything about it. So we got this first joint. I'm going to push here, and he relaxes in, and there's just no problem at all. We get to the middle of the joint, he relaxes in, and there's no problem at all. At the top of the joint, people start to think that there's going to be a conflict. As long as he's letting his weight drop downward, there's no conflict. So he just relaxes. It's like he's going to sit on top of my hand, because that would be the vertical force, and there's no problem. Okay? So then we have this next thing. It's the same deal. I'm going to push here. He does the same thing on the bottom. No problem. I push in the middle. Same thing all the way through. No problem. I push here. I'm actually helping him to go down. So I push here, and he's saying, thank you very much. Just like when I'm here, he says, thank you very much for holding me. He says, thank you very much for pushing me down. Okay? Same difference on this side when I push. It's pushing him down. So he says, thank you. I don't mind that at all. Okay? When I push here, because we got this other rod here, he does the same thing. This is going down, and there's no problem at all. People have an issue here. It's really a mental thing. It's just like this. I'm going to run into it. You won't if you just give it a try, right? and I push in here, and he lets this just drop down, there's not an issue. Now, the fact of the matter is, if you screw up, you will get a result where you screw up. So don't play the weirdo Aikido game where, you know, somebody's superior to somebody, and so you pretend like, you know, the wrong thing didn't happen. If the wrong thing happens, the wrong thing happens. We're all human beings, okay? So when we finally get to here, it's possible, it's completely possible, and you probably do this a whole bunch of times. Instead of dropping straight down, you'll actually run into this thing. Can you do a bad one for me? So he'll come in here and he'll run into it, and I go, oh, thank you very much, all right? And then you come back and you go, okay, I'm going to get it right this time, yeah. But the thing is you can't go this way. It has to be like this. So immediately he's just dropping, okay? Yeah. And now the cool part is, what you just saw right here, is it works in the opposite way as well. So I push in here, he's dropping. There's going to be a bottom, so he comes back up again. Before he gets to the very tippy top, he's dropping again. So it kind of ends up looping. Okay? And it helps to push on all these different sections. Now Sai's going to come over, and he's going to show what happens when we do this back. So I pushed on the way up, and now Sai's pushing his way up. Ankle. And he's going to go ahead and push laterally, just like he wants to shear him off the ground. And mid-calf. Good. And behind the knee. And remember, we're doing the, okay. And the lower part of the upper leg, if that makes any sense. And the mid part of the upper leg. Good. And around where the glutes are. And he wants to just go ahead and just set down, just like on here. This should be setting down. I should feel crushed, and he should feel crushed because he's dropping his weight there. Okay, and lower back. Good. And mid back. Good. And then upper back. Okay. So that is a good test for Aikido, this kind of movement. Let us. Oh, another one. What?
Pushing around.
Yeah. So I like to have 3 or 4 people, and you just push randomly, and you really try to pop them off. Well, we only have the 3 of us here today, so just kind of give you an impression of this. The idea is so that he can't quite keep up with what's going on. We want to blindside him, and so therefore his body has to just naturally find the sweet spot of where he wants to hold his mass as opposed to how he's supposed to react. All right? So go ahead and good. And okay, let's stop. So and you get popped around all over that doesn't matter, getting popped around all over the place. What matters is that you do it enough that you start to get the sense of that sweet spot. And gee, I haven't had anybody fail yet on that.
Yeah.
You just do it enough, and everybody kind of gets harder and harder to push, and so that's a good thing. All right, now let's relate this to Tandoku Dosa number 2. Oh, 1. Sorry, Tandoku Dosa number 1. So Tom's gonna warm up a little bit with Tando Kubosa number 1. Good. Okay. And what has happened? Can you come up? Can you just come up here? So now he's standing, we'll say, like he was standing earlier. And as he goes down now, he's squatting. You'll notice the same scissor action of the squat. So he's at the bottom of his squat, and he's going to come up. The exact same kind of a thing. So he comes up, okay? And he goes down, exact same kind of a thing, all right? Let's screw it up, all right? So this is very, very, very strong position to be in. And I can push on him and he can take that. Essentially what he has is a great big foot on the ground. All his legs are this great big foot on the ground. That's neither here nor there, really. Where the real payoff is that when he doesn't run into me, he's going to go orthogonal to my force. So he comes here and he just rises up. Yes, this is going back. It's supposed to go back, right? It actually pushes this forward, okay? This is coming down and his butt goes back. It's supposed to go back, right? And he's creating this orthogonal force this way. All right. I could push on the legs. I could push on the arm in the same way that we did with standing. But I'm going to pass that by today because actually with his arms and his legs, if he's doing Tando Kubosa number 1 correctly, he's going to be not only rotating, but he's also going to be torsioning, and that's Aiki number 3. And so we're going to get a very different result from that. So we'll touch on that at a different time. I think we're good. Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay. Say hi to our moms again. He got to suffer. Hi, Mom. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time.